Alrighty, so once again we are on Gon's account, and boy oh boy, we have a 68,001 CC Roxy ready to go. I'm actually really happy that he's using the spring outfit because I feel like everybody's using the normal like Ice Queen sort of outfit for her, so I love to see the spring outfit a little bit. I'm personally using the spring outfit, so that's a dub in my opinion. We obviously have a full 6/6 ultimate, so I'm really interested to see how the basic stat or the substat decrease ends up going with 160%. And yeah, I'm gonna try to use the exact same teams that I used in the free-to-play showcase, where we're going to use it without Ghislaine first, and then we'll probably swap to Ghislaine instead of Echidna a little bit into it, so maybe like doing 3 matches or so and then hopping over. Obviously, we are already in Challenger this week. I'm recording this on Saturday, so it's really late in the week, so I already assumed that he would probably already be, up this far, which I think, I don't know that he's played geared PvP since I used the account last, actually, because I'm pretty sure this is still my win record from playing earlier this week. But either way, without stalling anymore, we're at 397,000 CC. So let's hop in and see how this goes. Everything is on pure HP defense at this point, so that's why the CC is, of course, so high. He was telling me after the last video that I did with Ghislaine that I definitely had the gear a little bit swapped up. He said, I have 5 sets of UR gear for Merlin, so be sure to double check everything and make sure that nobody's on like an attack set or anything. So I was like, okay, will do, which I guess 5 sets sounds really crazy, but I think I already have 5 Meliodas sets, if I'm not mistaken. So, I mean, it's not, like, too far out of the realm, I don't think. Let's go for... He does have a Tarmiel. I'm going to end up disabling myself if I use the triple... or the double Echidna card here. So, I'm going to play it safe, and we'll just use the ROM card instead, but 220k on the level 1 Pierce card, HP defense, looking very nice so far. I need to see... Ooh, I didn't get any... Maybe I should have just saved the Roxy cards to try and go for her ultimate, but depending on... I'm assuming he'll end up... Well, it doesn't look like he's going to end up breaking the shield, on everybody at least, because... This goes, okay, because he's got so much extra attack stat, I feel like that normally would have broken the shield, but, hey, we do keep the, the attack buff, or we get the attack buff on Echidna here, so let's go ahead and do that, because why not? We don't have an Infect this turn, unfortunately, so we'll go ahead and use this, and then well, maybe we'll use the Roxy card first, just in case, and then we'll throw... we'll just move this, actually, for now. Because I imagine we can... Well, he's got Nanashi buff on. Ooh, I think we can still kill. I'm really just looking to kill Meliodas here, because he's obviously the big threat. Ah, okay, not quite enough. I could have kept her on an attack crit damage set, which I really thought about doing, but... That's fine, I guess. It's okay. It's not a big deal. I was really hoping for... If I could have got the level 2 off, I would have felt a lot more confident, but because he's actually... one of the 4 people running Gother at the moment, I'm actually, getting sealed a little bit, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. So, okay, luckily we're tanking pretty hard because he used the True Magic card first, which is fine. He disables Meliodas, but he gets all the way back to full, which is really unfortunate for me. Luckily for me, I can actually get rid of that ultimate because of Roxy's card. So let's go for this. I'm going to end up popping True Magic, which means he's not going to be disabled anymore. But unless I just move cards around and stuff like that, which would be kind of boring, I don't really see any other like great options. So we end up killing Gother off there, which is good. We do have the Infect on Deanne, so no crazy Tarmiel link or anything. We merge into an extra card for Roxy. Depending on how this turn goes, we could potentially get an ultimate, but it's going to be really late in the game, and he's only going to have 2 characters left at best. So I don't know that it's going to be a really good use of the ultimate here. Alright, the True Magic, and we're going to lose the ROM support there, which is a little bit unfortunate. So, I guess not too bad. I guess it is what it is. There's not really a whole lot else we could have done there. So let's just go ahead and use this to grab our ultimate, and then we'll throw... I'm kind of scared about a merger, to be honest. Which I would imagine this kills the Deanne off. Let's do this first, just in case, and then use this afterwards. So it is going to give him True Magic again, but it's fine. I'm not really too worried about it. I mean, obviously, if he gets a good single target, he could potentially kill off Roxy here, but it also depends on if I have a debuff on, which I don't. So I don't think there's any way for him to put a debuff on. Oh, I forgot about the Nanashi buff too, so we completely whiffed the ultimate there. So, oh well. Nothing too crazy. I guess we could potentially just move to try to go for the ultimate, but I don't know if that it's really worth it. Let me move on. Let me try to go ahead and kill here, so that way we can get this match over with. We'll try to find a different match, because this team was a bit awkward with the ceiling on the Gother and the dissolves and stuff like that from Melee and everything, so hopefully we can find a better sort of matchup suited for more of like an ult rush situation. Alrighty, so we have another Meliodas focused team here. Ooh, we get an extra Roxy card turn 1, which is really good. The biggest thing I'm worried about is the dissolve from Gother. So let's try to just get some damage on the board, maybe start pushing towards an ultimate. We'll go for an Infect first into a Pierce card. Potentially, maybe I should have saved the Pierce card just so that way I could potentially merge it if I draw another one, but I don't think it's going to be a super big deal. I imagine more than likely, I did pull another one actually, but I imagine more than likely he'll end up breaking the shield with Melee maybe, and then using the dissolve, or he might go for a shield play to try and survive longer. I'm not 100% sure on what his best play here is going to be, which I have to make sure that I don't attack into the Nanashi buff here with Roxy if I'm going to try to get her ultimate. So that's also a bit worrisome. Let's go for the merge here into... maybe we just combine these for now, because I'm going to end up popping True Magic if I'm not careful, which I'm not super worried about popping the True Magic, but it would be better if I didn't, I think. So, there's also potential for him to have a stun on Liz, which could be an issue, especially if, you know, if she stuns me, I can't use a card, which means I immediately get the Meliodas Dissolve put on me, which is really bad, because then it's going to prevent me completely. Okay, really tanking that well, which is good. No stun. Okay, put a shield on. That's actually really good for me. So, let's break the shield. We'll use an Echidna card just in case it doesn't break the shield, and then we'll use the ultimate. I'm interested. If it doesn't wipe, which I guess there's a lot of potential for it to with an account this built, they should get a ton of substat reduction, which should be really cool. So we'll see how this goes. Alright, boom. Okay. Okay, well, I don't know. It's almost like a weird conundrum. You almost don't need... you almost don't need the extra ult levels if you're going to go for the substat reduction, because you're not going to be able to use it. So, a bit awkward there. It almost kind of makes it redundant at that point, because you're doing so much extra damage, which I guess it does help in a way, because the substat reduction takes place before the damage goes off. So, realistically, like, you're lowering all of their defense and HP-related stats, which the HP-related stats aren't really helping you tank at all, but all of the defense-related stats are getting reduced, so that way you're doing more damage. So I guess it's still helping in a way, but they're not obviously going to be able to survive for you to actually see them do less damage because of that, I guess. So that's kind of awkward. Alrighty. Okay, we have a demon team, which is pretty interesting. Trying to think. I'm probably going to swap to Ghislaine after this match, so that way we can see a little bit more damage. He does have Link on Melee. I'm tempted to just try to stun him turn 1, but I don't know. If we, we'll end up disabling our Echidna if we're not careful. But, honestly, I think we can probably get away with it. I don't want to stun, I can't stun Melee because he's going to cleanse. This might have been a worse play, of course, but we'll kind of just see how it goes. Because this is a level 2, so getting some pretty good damage off there, about half HP on the other two. Melee tanking a bit more, of course, because he's, you know, crazy. We end up pulling a lot more Echidna cards, which I guess is good, but she's disabled for the moment, so we won't really be able to use them this turn. Have a stun ready. I have some Roxy cards ready that I can use if I need to. I think realistically, the shield isn't going to help in a whole lot of scenarios unless you just end up having a bunch of single target enemies, because then you're actually going to be able to get off the attack related stats buff from having the shield stay on. So I guess it's like it's a weird situation. Unfortunately, I have to use an Echidna card here, or else I can't get her ultimate. So we're gonna do it like this, so that way we stun the melee. This might end up. I don't know that we'll kill the other two with this Pierce card, but I've been surprised before. So Pierce card, really close, really close. And then we stun the melee, no big deal there. And then we're pretty much good to sort of, I guess, insta-wipe with the Echidna ult. I don't think I've ever used a Whaley Echidna before. I know that her ultimate is already insane to me at 1/6. We're unfortunately going to lose the ROM basic stats unless he's bad, which he's... Oh, we don't lose the buff, which is really good for me. If I'm not mistaken, doesn't she do extra damage for debuffed enemies? Yes, she does. So he doesn't have any sort of crazy Nanashi buff or anything like that. So I imagine that's going to end up killing the Zeldris, unfortunately. And then we'll just throw this Roxy card out because why not? It's not doing us much good anyway. We do kill the Zeldris. Kind of unfortunate. I wanted to get it off on 3 enemies to just see the massive damage because it just, you know, this ultimate is nuts. Easy 2 million damage there with only 2 characters. So, yeah. Alright, well. Pretty easy. Okay, so let's swap over to Ghislaine and we'll see kind of how that goes. Because I did really enjoy using Ghislaine with Roxy in case they didn't end up getting rid of the shield on Ghislaine. She just got so much extra damage. It was really, really nice. So, I will be right back. Alrighty, so swapping over to Ghislaine, actually, interesting match here, got me to 399,000 CC, which I feel really bad for this guy now. Let's just do this in case he has evasion food on, which I'm not sure if that will be evasion food. It doesn't look like it. This is pretty much like an easy kill on... Oh, I forgot, I'm taunted. Ugh, I definitely don't kill here, so that's unfortunate. Did he have... Okay, he didn't have Tarmio Link on her, which is good for me. Unfortunately, we can't hit our own target here, which is a bit unfortunate. Luckily, we get some good merges on the Roxy here. I think we take full advantage of that if possible. And then, if we really wanted to, we might have to end up stunning the Ghislaine here if we really want to be able to get the ultimate off. Not 100% sure that I can do that, though. So let's... yeah. I'm gonna have to... We'll try to go for the ultimate, but I don't have high hopes. We don't have any extra Ghislaine cards in hand. We do break the shield, so she's not going to get the attack-related stats buff, and we don't lose our ultimate to the Nanashi buff there. He got a merge off on Ghislaine there. Luckily, he can't ult remove me because I've taunted his Roxy, which is really good on my part. What's his last card? Or that was his last card, right? Yeah. Okay. So I think we're pretty much in the clear here. We have to use this first, unfortunately. Well, we can use the Echidna, or the ROM card first, I guess. And then we can use it like this. Because if I can break the shield, which that does break the shield, which is really good for me. Huge substat debuff here. I imagine we still wipe. 6/6, boom. Yeah, 1.4 million. That's crazy. That's so wild. More, oh my god, what's up with these ROM cards? Well, I don't know what else to say. I mean, it's literally, I mean, top tier accounts, like with the crazy amount. Oh my god, what's up with these cards? With the crazy amount of like you know, ult damage that you have, it's so easy to just push an ult and immediately be able to kill, which is crazy to me. I don't really like that form of gameplay. I think that's like a byproduct of me really enjoying my accounts with like low ult levels, so that way I'm not forced to use an ultimate. Unfortunately, like if I have to push an ultimate, it's not going to work too well, but if I can't push, or if I play the game regularly, I feel more inclined to use regular cards and work around like strategy of my characters instead of just like trying to, you know, no brain sort of just ult rush gameplay, because honestly it's a lot more interesting that way anyway. So this is actually a real player, pretty decent CC, at least it's decent compared to this. I don't really know what else to say there. We'll just do something like this turn 1 because I need to save my stance removal card if possible for the Diane here. He does have Tarmio Link on, of course, so no, don't kill there, but still really good damage off turn 1. She's at half HP already. We can remove if we need to. No, okay, we could stun if we want. I don't really like, I don't know. I mean, I've seen this team work for sure, but I don't really like this team in a lot of different ways. Like, it doesn't utilize the support of the characters quite correctly. Obviously, Escanor doesn't need, well, he kind of does need support, but at the same time, like, he is kind of just like a one-man army in of himself. So, I guess he's got that going for him, but, let's just stun the melee here. Get some good damage out here. Nice. Unfortunately, I don't have an infect because we don't have Echidna on the team. So that is a bit unfortunate. Only one card in the hand, which is unfortunate for me, of course. I do get extra Ghislaine cards, and one of them is a stance disable, so that's good for me. Or not disable, but stance removal. So, okay, pushing ultimate on Diane. It's not too crazy, honestly, because luckily, Roxy just has, like, a straight-up ult removal card. I'm so glad that she doesn't have just a regular, whatchamacallit, a regular, dissolve card like everybody has nowadays. Dissolve cards just don't really hit the same to me, so we'll just go full out on Diane. Go ahead and get rid of her just in case this doesn't do the job. I'm imagining that the Tarmio Link, yeah, that move just doesn't really do a whole lot of damage in general. But I'm imagining that the Tarmio Link is going to save her from this attack. It does. All right, well, oh, I didn't target quite correctly, but I guess I guess Melee's dead. I guess that works out for me in one way or another, so that's fine. Oh, I forgot. Did she remove her own ultimate there? Was that the issue that she ran into? I could go for the Roxy ultimate again. I could merge this. Double ult removal? Or, well, she removed her own ult there. This is going to get him an ult, though. So, He's attack-related stat lowered. I think that was a big contributing factor for me actually being able to get or survive that Escanor attack. So this is a triple ult gauge removal, so that's good for me. I now have my ultimate. I don't have Nanashi buff on, and he already has 4 orbs, so it's very high likelihood I get removed here. But maybe we'll be alright. We have 2 Pierce cards in hand. I think I've let up on the Diane a little too much here. I definitely should have. Oh, I forgot she's targeted. That's so good. Dude, the target actually becomes so good in more ways than one. It's fantastic, actually. So let me go ahead and do this. I imagine that wipes out everybody, puts him in last stand, and then we just take 2 2 of his stacks off. Easy peasy. Oh, okay, okay, okay. It did not quite do as much as I was expecting. 267 on that. So I guess this is actually a halfway decent showcase. Well, not really, because Escanor becomes... He's already, like, he can't be lower beyond a certain point, and we removed it off by putting him in last stand anyway. We're not really going to see the substat reduction take effect, because it's not like Bond was going to do a whole lot regardless, so it's kind of unfortunate. It's kind of just like a weird circumstance where you have to go up against like a really specific kind of team that can be lowered, and you have to not kill with a 6/6 ultimate, which is probably, you know, low likelihood in general. It's, I don't know. Obviously, it hits really hard at 6/6 and everything, which is awesome, but you don't really get the extra effect off. Like, you don't really get to see the aftermath of it, I guess, which is a bit unfortunate. But Roxy, honestly, such an interesting character to me. I'm genuinely surprised every time I use her. Just super fun in general. Let me know what your thoughts are on her down below, because at this point, I genuinely think that Rudius is probably like the weaker of the 3 like PvP characters. And it seems like a lot of people are kind of just using him for like PvE practices anyway, just like regular sort of stuff, like regular content. So definitely interested to maybe try him out in some different things that aren't PvP as well. Maybe I'll like him a little bit more at that point, but PvP wise, he's just not really hitting my kind of play style. But either way, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I think after this, I'm going to be recording an account showcase for Gone. So yeah, feel free to stay tuned on the channel or anything. Feel free to subscribe if you're not already. We'll, you know, be kind of deep diving into the account and kind of looking at a lot of the really cool stuff that he's sort of done. And yeah, should be a good time. But either way, thanks for watching. Feel free to subscribe. I'll see you guys later.